people of YouTube. It is Hannah and welcome to today's video. That introduction was out of control. Then again, so am I. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a story time. So in my last video I was telling you guys about how I have 2 rabbits, and I kind of wanted to tell you guys the story of how I begun my rabbit owning journey. It's actually really kind of funny, so I thought I'd tell you guys about how I started obtaining my sweet baby buns and how that all went down. So we're going to back up like 2 years. Yes, this was when I was living at my first apartment in Portland. I was living in student housing with my best friend Ashley, who I met through schooling, and we were just hanging out one day and we were talking. I mean, we're both huge animal lovers. So we were just kind of talking about how we wished we had a pet, and we got on the topic of rabbits because Ashley had gotten her friend Hanny a rabbit for her birthday a few years prior, and she was showing me all these pictures and videos of the rabbit, and like they had trained their rabbit to, you know, just pretty much be free range around the house, so she'd hop around, and I don't know, I just thought it was the coolest thing. And so we pretty much from then on decided that we needed a rabbit, and well, we both needed rabbits. We both wanted our own rabbits, so we set out on a quest for finding these sweet baby buns. First, we went on to Craigslist and we found these little baby bunnies. They were like, I think like a couple months old, so they weren't like itty bitty little babies, but they were still really young, and we found them on Craigslist, and so we went to go get one for me. So we drove to this cute little trailer park and we picked up a sweet baby bun, and her name was Fern. Fern was, I know she was part Holland Lop. I think she was mixed with something, I'm not super sure, but she was really fun and sweet, and we brought her home and we were loving her and it was great. And then we got another rabbit for Ashley, and her name was Eve. She was a big old lion head. She had like these beautiful blue eyes, and she was just a sweetie, and it was really cool because they like got along right from the get-go. They were snuggling with each other. I'll try and find a picture so I can show you guys, but they would snuggle with each other and groom each other, and it was just the sweetest thing ever. The thing about the student housing was that you were not allowed to have pets unless you got them certified as like a service animal or like a therapy pet, and which, I mean, we definitely didn't have such certifications for our Craigslist rabbits. We had to keep this all on the DL, so we made sure to not really tell like anyone at our school that we had them, just because we didn't want any of the head student housing people to find out that we had these rabbits. So at the time we had this really, I hate to use the word crazy, but crazy roommate. The craziest roommate I have ever had. Maybe one of the craziest people I've ever met was this roommate that I had, who will remain nameless. I don't want to be putting anyone on blast here. But our crazy roommate was actually the RA for our building, which it's the residential advisor, I think is what that stands for. But basically they, you know, go around knocking on people's doors saying, quiet down, or you can't do that, or put new batteries in that smoke detector. I don't know how she got that job because she's literally the most insane person ever. I could do like a million story time videos on just things that she did. Would you guys be interested in hearing that? That could be a fun series. So obviously we had to tell our roommate that we had these rabbits because, I mean, there was kind of no way she wouldn't figure out that we had them. So we told her, and she was like, oh, she was like, don't worry, I won't say anything about them, you know. She's like, I'll keep it on the down low, I won't tell anyone. So we're like, cool, we're golden. She'll protect us, she'll let us know if there's any like room checks or anything like that. We were good. So the rabbits So, okay, we didn't have a cage for that. Or out of control. We didn't have a cage for the rabbits. So what we did is we kind of put them in our little bathroom area. We had like this like countertop with like 2 sinks, and it had like this laminate wooden flooring, and so we just took this huge piece of cardboard and kind of put it up against that wall so they couldn't get out, and that was just their area. I don't recommend doing this just because if you haven't ever had a rabbit, well, you would know that their ability to destroy things swiftly and silently is incredible. They can just, they'll destroy anything they can get their little teeth on, and so they destroyed that place pretty dang good. I'm talking the carpet, I'm talking the molding, or the baseboard molding kind of a stuff, you know, on the ground. Just destroyed it. Ugh. Okay, so I'm not home when this happened, but Ashley was home, and the head RA came into our apartment and was like, someone let us know that that you have some animals in your apartment. And Ashley was like, no we don't, you know, we don't have any. And they're like, okay, well, can we go into your room then? And then she was like, okay, we have 2 rabbits. And basically they told us that we needed to get rid of the rabbits within 24 hours or else we were going to be kicked out of our apartment. So we're like, crap, what are we gonna do? Also, I forgot to tell you, our roommate, when this happened, Ashley told me that I guess when the head RA came in, our roommate, when she was the most dramatic person I think I've ever met. She, I guess, was like, and then like ran off into her room. And I'm telling you, we didn't tell anyone else that we had these rabbits. We didn't tell anyone. She definitely told on us. 100% our roommate told on us because we did not tell anybody else. Now, I get that she's the RA and everything, but she said she wasn't gonna say anything. She didn't want them there. She should have said she was uncomfortable. Just be honest. So we're freaking out. We're like, well, dang, we love these sweet baby buns. We had so much fun with them. We love them. We didn't want to give them to just any random person. So we're like, crap, we have to find a new home for them in like a day. So Ashley came up with the perfect idea of giving the rabbits to her friend Daniel, who is like an animal whisperer, kind of. At one point he literally had a baby deer that he found in the woods, which was, don't take baby deers from the woods, just don't. He was a huge animal lover, so we figured, hey, I bet Daniel would love to take care of them. And sure enough, he was totally down for it, so we dropped off the buns at Daniel's house, and we went on our merry way. Every month we'd pay him for all the food and stuff like that. I mean, we were paying him for like a long time, like I want to say maybe like 6-7 months. So some time passes and Ashley and I had moved into a different apartment. That roommate wasn't there anymore, so we're at a different apartment, and Daniel had, I can't remember how long he had our rabbits at that point. He had them for a while, but Eve, Ashley's rabbit, had passed away, and so, you know, we were upset about that. But I mean, it happens, unfortunately. I mean, we really trusted Daniel. He's, I'm telling you, a very loving person. We knew that he was taking really good care of our sweet buns, and I mean, the whole time we had the intention of getting them back. We just, you know, needed to either move to a different place where that was allowed or get the proper certifications to allow them to stay in our apartment, because the apartment that we had moved into after that was also student housing. So Eve had passed away, you know, we were upset about that, but you know, he was still taking care of Fern, my rabbit, and so eventually Ashley had moved out of the apartment into her parents' well, her parents were renting out a house, so Ashley had moved out into that apartment, or excuse me, house. So I was just living in that apartment by myself. I mean, I had 2 other roommates, but I had that room to myself because Ashley and I were just sharing a room at the time. And so obviously I don't learn from my mistakes because I love rabbits too much. So once Ashley moved out, I was kind of like, dang, like, you know, I have room for a rabbit again, you know, because our room was like really, really tiny there. And so I thought, you know, I'm gonna get that bun back. That bun's coming back to me. So I tell Daniel, I'm like, Daniel, I think I'm in a good place to get that bun back. Like, I'm ready to pick her up. And Daniel was like, Hannah, I'm so sorry, but Fern died like a few days ago. And he was like, I was just too afraid to tell you because I didn't want to hurt you. And at first, I didn't believe Daniel, and I feel really bad because, well, Daniel had been telling me that his little brothers and sisters loved the rabbits, and he was kind of like asking me if he could keep one or if he could keep mine, and I was like, no, like I really want to get her back someday, you know. So I feel really bad, but I was like, Daniel, I don't believe you. Like, I thought he was just kind of trying to steal my rabbit. And he was like, no, Hannah, like, I swear to you, I swear that she passed away. And so I told Ashley, I was like, Ashley, like, do you know if this is true? And she was like, yeah, dude, like, Daniel told me a couple days ago that it happened, and, you know, we just weren't ready to tell you. And so, you know, I was like, okay, I was really bummed about it because I had been really, really lonely. I've always had pets around, and once Ashley moved out, I was just like especially lonely. And so I really wanted to get the rabbit, but you know, it is what it is. I thanked Daniel for taking care of my sweet bun for so long and doing such a great job, and it was okay. And then, later on in that day, the same day that I found this out, Ashley's like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at this time and we're gonna go and get you a rabbit. And I was like, what? Like, why? And she was like, well, me and Daniel felt really, really bad, and so Daniel wants to pay for another rabbit for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I waited for Ashley to come and pick me up, and we drove up into like the Washougal, Washington area. And we drove for maybe like an hour-ish, and pulled up to this tiny little house in the middle of nowhere. We knock on the door, and this very, very elderly Russian man answers the door. And we're like, we're here for the rabbit that you had listed. And he's like looking at us like totally not understanding, doesn't really speak any English. So we're like, we're here for the rabbit. And he's like, oh, okay. So he invites us in, and he brings us into his super cold and dark garage. And in the garage, in this tiny little bird cage, like maybe like this long and like this wide, like it was a tiny little bird cage, is my sweet baby bun Joy that I have now. He was only feeding her carrots, which if you know anything about rabbits, you know that really you shouldn't be feeding carrots to your rabbits. It's like a treat. It's like the equivalent of like a candy bar for them. And he's just these huge, gigantic carrots, and that's all she was eating. But the man was really, really nice. He like tried to give us the cage and bedding and food. He like was giving us all the supplies he had, which was really, really sweet. And so yeah, then I took her home, and ever since then she's been my sweet girl, my sweet baby bun. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that bun, and honestly, that rabbit has changed my life. I just love spending time with her. I think she's just so much fun. I think rabbits are such cool, beautiful, amazing animals. I'm so glad that I fell into this weird web of bunny madness. I love them so much. Yeah, that is the story of how I got, I kind of want to say Joy. I mean, Joy wasn't my first rabbit, but I only had Fern for like 3 weeks until my roommate told on me. Snitches get stitches. Y'all remember that? Yeah, kind of a weird story, but I think it's kind of funny. a long, crazy madness story. But yeah, that's how I got my rabbit, Joy. And of course now I have my other rabbit, Rosie, and they're two little sweeties and I love them so much. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of a weird thing to talk about, but someone said to do story time videos and I thought that was kind of a funny story. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to hear more stories like this. Let me know if you'd want to hear about my crazy roommate stories, because I'm telling you, that girl was wild. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave me more ideas for videos down in the comments, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm thinking of opening up my Snapchat to you guys. Right now I just have Snapchat just for like me and people I know, but if you guys are like interested in seeing what I do on a daily basis, I guess it'd be cool because I could add little snippets of just whatever I'm doing that day, which might be fun for you guys. I also upload a lot on my Instagram story. I use Instagram the most probably out of all my social media, so if you really want to keep updated with what I'm doing, feel free to head over there and give me a follow. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I want to be your friend. We can all be buddies and have a lot of fun together. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later and I'll see ya. Stay golden. Say hi, baby Joy. Aww, you have all sorts of stuff in your mouth. Yeah, she doesn't like being filmed. Baby Joy doesn't like being held very much. She just likes to snuggle, so this is a little bit scary for her. She's a Netherland dwarf and she's just a little over a year old. Look at that face! Look at that face! You have all sorts of stuff in your mouth, sweetie. Yeah. She's going through false pregnancy, so she's trying to nest. I need to get her fixed. I'm sorry, sweetie. She's very uncomfortable. Look at that fluffy bun. Look at this fluffy bun. Look at that fluffy bun. She's so sweet. I love rabbits so much. Okay. I've traumatized you enough. You're terrified, aren't you? Yeah, she's a sweet girl. I love her so much. Thought I'd have to show you guys. Sorry. I took her over to come and take the picture and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to take a video of how cute she is. Look at your nosy. Look at that nosy. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. I can't get over how adorable she is. Okay. No more. I'm just being a terrible bun mom. She hates this. Look at your white tummy. I can't. You're so cute. I love her so much. Okay. Say bye, baby Joy. She says goodbye. Bye, everyone.